Disclaimer: Chronically Illing Out is a podcast and weekly roundtable discussion that provides a safe space for real chronic illness and mental health conversations by people with lived experience. We are not trained professionals and we do not claim to be. Rather, we discuss our stories and current events to build community and solidarity. Know that you are not alone, and if you are in crisis, call or text 988. Good morning, everyone. Welcome as you start coming on in. I'm Nick Perro, joined by my good friend Beth Cruz for this morning's Chronically Illing Out. I hope everyone is doing well today. Let me even check if we're on Substack.
Yes.
I hope we are. We are? Good. Good morning, everyone on Substack. It's good to see all of you today. There we are. I found us. Beth, how are you this morning? How was your weekend? I'm back from a little mini vacation.
I love it.
So
Much
it's
needed.
good to be back. Much needed. So Beth, how are you before we get into anything today?
I am hanging in there. I had a rough weekend, but hanging in there. Just keep pushing ahead and painting rocks and trying to do all the other good things. So hanging in there. How are you doing after your break?
I'm doing pretty well. It was a much needed little bit of time off, and I'm I wish I was still on vacation like everybody does when they get back.
Oh yeah.
I just wish they were still on it. Definitely wasn't long enough for what I really need. However, it was a good recharge, and that's really what matters. Is I got to recharge.
Those are the best.
Yeah, and we got to hang out with our niece for the weekend. We got to enjoy a new area together. We got to go to an aquarium and the Titanic museum that was there, and that was a lot of fun to see. And we went to a concert while we were out there. We were gifted concert tickets, so we got to go see a concert while we were out there.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun.
And I think, were you ever like a merman or anything in any of this?
I was. There'll be a picture of that at some point. Don't worry. I'm putting together the whole collection of photos to put up.
I don't want you to miss that one.
Don't worry. I won't. That'll be the last one in the carousel.
Love it.
Is while we're doing all of this, is I'm putting together a photo carousel that I'm going to upload here into the show so everybody can see some of the pictures I took from the weekend, because there's, at least I think they're really cool pictures.
I'm sure they are.
These are all going to be the aquarium ones, because I'm not going to have time to put together the whole slide deck of everything. I would have needed to start that yesterday. But vacation, and that one doesn't need to go in there. Making sure I don't put any pictures with people in them, because I don't want to accidentally show those who I don't want to have on there, just for their own privacy, because I like keeping people's privacy, especially for kids. And so good morning, everyone. It's good to see y'all. It's good to have y'all with us. We're just going to be sort of chronically illing out and meandering again today. We're going to have a Mindful Monday. As you can see, it's just Beth and me. Steph was not feeling well this morning and went to go lay down. And we told her we'll see her later. And with no expectation that she would wake up for the show, because I don't want to wake up if I'm not feeling well and I need to take a nap. So I'm not going to make my friends wake up to come see it, come be part of a show. And so I hope
she's getting to rest.
I hope so too. She deserves it. She needs it.
Mhm.
How was rock painting this weekend? Did you get any done? Because
I
I'm gonna hand it over to you while I do more pictures.
Sure, I did. Did work on one this weekend. Well, I was finishing or trying to finish up one. So's Rock. I've kind of just been sitting with it because I'm not sure what I want to put in it yet.
That makes
But
sense.
so I kind of am just taking my time with that one. I did this one. This is for this is a tree of life, and this is for Jay.
Oh, I love that.
And she had wanted a tree of life, and so I painted it. I added flowers in there, not realizing that purple is her favorite color. So I'm I'm doing well. I did a little Santa one that just didn't take long. I just mostly I had a lot of paperwork to do for the chronically ill folks and anybody with disabilities in the chat. I was sent two packets, a total of 24 pages, and only had a few days to fill out and get back in. It was sent at the very last minute with if you send anything in snail mail, you know how long it takes. So I literally had to get it done Saturday, fax it over by Sunday's deadline. So I was kind of busy and I'm glad we're doing mindful today because then the sale of my house fell apart on Friday. So
Hmm.
so I just kind of checked out a bit.
Well, let's talk
Yeah.
about it then, because you're checked out a bit. Like, is there anything I can do on
It,
Monday morning to help? Is there anything
you
our
know,
friends in our chat can do to help? Like, let's use our community to our advantage. What can we do to help, Beth?
we can bloom scroll, we can make each other laugh, we can just send a big virtual hug. Feels pretty good right now.
Well,
Just
send a big
life
virtual hug
lifing,
then.
life
Yeah,
lifing.
life is lifing, and sometimes life doesn't life the way we want it to.
Yeah.
Um, I can I can attest to that. There's some stuff going on for us that's not lifing the way that we had hoped, and it's going to be hard work getting ourselves out of out of it
Hmm.
because life happens, and so we're going to be working our asses off, both my wife and I, to do what we always do, and get through hard times.
Yeah.
And we're gonna push through it like we always do, mindfully with each other, supporting each
Hmm.
other all the way through it, and yeah, well, I'm gonna support you through, and hopefully with all of the stuff that we're working on, Beth, you're part of the support team that I rely on a lot, the super team for all of our app development and the work we're doing there with
Hmm.
Broadbanner. Um,
Yeah.
and so, like, we're really close to being able to launch our own tooling set. And I really appreciate you for all the support that you give there, and the
Well, I do
time and
feel
the
a little bad
testing.
that
And
this last week the ball kind of been dropped a bit for sure with
you had,
but
like we talk about, life happens and life takes priority.
well, this one was kind of just threw me for a loop. Not the paperwork, yeah, that's kind of a bitch. We know that, but that just made me frustrated. Made me go, really, but not so much for me because I knew I could get it done. What made me, I think of all the other people. I think about the people
Hmm.
who maybe they get this in the mail and some of it's pretty intense. And so if they get this at the last minute, they're going to struggle with it. So by design, it's made for people to not finish their paperwork. And
Yeah.
but I think the other one, the house thing didn't see that coming. Didn't see it, did not see it coming. And so you just, after the initial shock and temper tantrum kind of thing, like why, the oh my God, and the freak out, it's just bringing it down today and going, all right, You've been through much worse than this. It's just a house. It's just that's what I remind myself. It's just money. And it sucks that money is so fucking important, but
Yes.
I I it sucks. We know this sucks. But I know that I can get through this and I feel supported and valued by my community. So I appreciate the little glitches that I have right now and that everybody just says, "Hey, you got this." And that helps me get through. So, yeah.
Well, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Is for each other to be able to
And coffee.
lean on each other when we need, and coffee. Coffee is always a best friend.
Yeah. So, and yeah, just I've gotten so much love this last week regarding the rocks, and that it just kind of threw me for a loop too a bit because this just started out as I wanted to leave some rocks in my community and make that a thing, and it still is. That's my priority.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is second. So if I make a really artsy rock, I also do one to put out because that's what started everything. So, and spreading joy. So if I can do that, I'm happy. If I can just keep pushing, keep helping you, help the disability community, then I'm okay.
Good.
And
Well,
and coffee.
and coffee. Always the coffee. The coffee is
We'll
very
add
important.
coffee.
Well, I'm glad that you feel that you're on the right track and right path for yourself anyway, because that's, if you're pushing through hard times and you don't feel like you're on the right path, it makes it even harder.
Mhm.
And it's good that you can see that you're actually where you think you need to be. And I feel like you're where you should be, because you're my friend and I support you, and you're on my support team and my the build team and the test team and the development team and all the support that you offer. Like, I think you're in the right place. But
I
that's
feel like
also a
that too.
little bit of me being selfish there, saying I think you're in the right place because you're supporting me too, and
No,
you're
I
helping
feel
me in
like
the right place.
we have such, but besides the fact that there's just the fabulous super team, I feel like our chronically illing out group is so amazing. So I think my life has changed because I do have support now. Even if
Hmm.
it's, virtual support. I have this whole community that's just been uh, fabulous, and I love lifting them, and they lift me, and I think I'm where I need to be. Oh, you're back.
Sorry, no, I'm moving my
Leg,
leg. I'm trying to get
leg.
it into a good stretch position,
Yeah.
because it's sore, but at the same
Hmm.
time, driving always makes it sore. And days after
Yes.
driving, it's always tough. I have a feeling a lot of folks in our community
Hmm.
understand that driving can be really difficult.
It sends me into a flare in my right leg.
My left leg normally, but my left leg's always the problem.
Mm.
Um, and so I use like compression socks and stuff
Yep.
like that while I'm driving to make sure that my feet don't swell. And
Oh, I didn't think about doing it while driving, but that's a good tip.
oh yeah, if you've got like compression socks, if you
Hmm.
use um, like they have compression leggings that
Mm.
runners and stuff will use. That's always a good. My mom taught me that tip is like use compression tooling where you can,
Yeah,
where it's not
it's a good
restrictive,
idea.
but it is supportive. Like, don't use hyper compression while you're driving, because then, you can screw yourself up. But do something that I do it for flying. Like, it's the only way I travel now is with um, some sort of compression material
Yeah.
so that
Yes. Hmm.
I don't die at the end of it. Um,
Right.
is
It's I
really
mean,
the key.
that's preferred, it's
It
preferred.
is, if at least for me, it's preferred to come out of it still being able to move, um, and function.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upload a video here
I'm
because
looking at the chat here, see.
yeah, mild compression. Um, and yeah, if anybody in the chat also has any tips, and in the community has any tips, throw them in the chat and we'll read them out too. Is we
I love
like
that.
we like tips and supporting each other. Like if there's something that I do that you guys enjoy, try it. If there's something that you do that you think others might benefit from, let us know. Um, uh, from my
That's a
mom,
good idea.
running compression socks seem to work better than medical compression socks. Um, so maybe try those if you have tried medical compression socks and they haven't worked as well. Try running compression socks. That may be a good option for
I think
folks.
that's great.
They may also be less expensive, but I don't know. I can't quote prices on any of this. Flying is hazardous to our health. Yes, it definitely can be at times. We're processing the
I see
video
that.
right
I
now.
was seeing that.
I'm gonna put that back in a moment. Is we'll let that video process. Is I got a bunch of the pictures from the aquarium put together for everyone into a nice little video or video photo collage.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, and the running ones come in great colors and patterns rather than the boring medical ones, so you can at least style yourself um, with fun patterns and designs while you're compressing your life away.
I mean, yeah. It's always nice to look fashionable while you're getting compressed. Yes.
Yeah, you may as well look fashionable. If you're uncomfortable, at least you can be fashionable about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, coming back from driving is always tough. And leaving a vacation is tough because then you remember you have to go back to the real world. Um,
Yeah.
um, oh, interesting question. E.g., is there more reference that we could build on that question from? Do you think it would be effective to privately inform people that are missing the mark when it comes to effective individualized support? Is that more like a company question, like towards companies, or is that a creator question? I'd love to be able to actually like answer that. I think that's a great question, and go into
Yeah.
it. While we're waiting, I'm going to start our video, no sound, so we can talk over it while we do it. Is some of the images I took while we were
That's
at the aquarium.
beautiful.
Um, they had the overhead tanks and
Mm-hmm.
a tunnel tank system, so you could actually walk under and see all of it, and they would swim over you. And the stingrays have this fun, like, smile that they do. Like, it looks like they're smiling at you. There's a sea
Yeah.
turtle in the background. That's what I was trying to capture. Is the sea turtle that they
Cool.
had? It looked like he was stuck. He wasn't. I think he was just chilling. Um, but it did look like he was stuck between coral reef, and that was fun. Um, yeah, we got some good images, or I did, anyways, of the sharks, of the uh, uh, stingrays, and
I
then
love it.
here in a second, we'll start seeing the jellies. They had a jelly room filled that was
He's happy.
yeah, he looks like he's happy. Like he's
He's a
coming up
happy
and
little guy.
boop, hey,
Boop.
boop, come say hi.
Oh.
And the jelly room was cool because it was a little disconcerting, and it was cool. It was this glass mirror room with like bright neon light, or like bright colored neon lights, um,
Mm.
and it was disconcerting because it was hard to move around. Like you couldn't truly see where the wall was the whole time, and they had pillars in there with glass, so that was hard to navigate. But as long as you didn't hit the walls, it was fine.
Look at that. That's beautiful. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. The first picture I saw was, or got, I don't think I added it in, was a picture of one of the dory fish.
Oh,
I don't know
Dory's
what
so
they're
cute.
called. They're dory fish. That's all
Dory
they are.
fish, yes. Oh,
By
look,
court,
I love it.
have safe travels today.
Oh, seahorse.
Seahorses, they're
Oh,
cool.
court, safe travels.
The seahorses are really cool.
I love seahorses. They're just beautiful and weird and amazing.
They do look like a horse if they do that down thing.
Yeah.
Then we had the eel. The eels are weird. They're like super ugly. They're the ugliest fish.
Wow. We accept all fish, Nick.
We do.
All fish.
And we accept how ugly they are. Like they're just like creepy ugly.
Oh my, look at that. Oh wow.
But yeah, you can see in the background the colors, like those are glass pillars in the middle of the way that are hard to see. But it does add a cool coloring for the jellies, so you can actually see them in their beauty.
That's amazing.
Yeah, jellies are fun to look at.
They are. And you got some really good shots of them too.
I tried to get some really good close-ups. And there I am, emerking.
This is going to stay with you for the rest of the day, friends.
Yes, I hope it does. I hope it does stay with you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun. And
I just lost my chat here.
Oh, okay. Perfect. E.g., I'll follow up on your question here. And it was really relaxing. The concert was really cool. Who
did you see?
We saw Good Charlotte and Avenged Sevenfold, which was a really good show. Good Charlotte was better, in my opinion, than Avenged Sevenfold was. Let me actually replace. I got some really good shots from that where it's just the view. So we were at a stadium or a amphitheater called Thunder Ridge, which is a new place in Missouri that overlooks a place called Thunder Ridge, a very aptly named place. Trying to find some pictures that don't include. Oh, that's weird. Let's try that one. Okay. So that's a shot of the ridge line that it looks over. So theater in the bottom corner, bottom right-hand corner. That's the stadium. And then it looks over this incredible valley.
So much
there's
sky.
a river. There's a river right in the middle. Got a little bit more of a close-up of the background. There's a farm in the background. Like there's a really nice looking house and like farmhouse in the background on the mountainside. Let me see if I can do another one.
And that's Missouri. Jason's asked where that's at.
Yeah, this is in southern Missouri, right near the Arkansas border, south of the Branson area. That's a good one.
Kind of reminds me of it's been a while since I saw the Columbia Gorge, but reminds me.
That was a good one I got. The sun finally went down. It was so freaking hot there. Like the one problem with this stage is it faces north west. And so the sun just sat there the entire afternoon, and we were just dying of just straight heat coming on us.
Mhm.
And we did shifts for ourselves, basically, of who was going to
Wow.
go bring either one of the kids that we had with us to the like a cool section that was in undercover, um, rather than like sitting out in the blazing sun.
Yeah. I I had went to a concert, oh gosh, I think it was '86, it was an outdoor concert. I had won the tickets, and it was so hot, it was in Michigan, that it was God, it was pushing almost 100 degrees, and they brought in the fire trucks because people were passing out, and they sprayed the crowd down, which was amazing. So, yeah.
That's fun. I'm gonna use that picture. We'll put that picture up. I think that's a great picture to just sit on.
Ah, I love that picture. It's
The sun
beautiful.
looks good in that one.
It
I
does.
need a better. I need to get a like. I need to get better at the
Filter?
filtering on my camera on my phone, and I just need to get a better camera that's independent of my phone that I can take good shots with.
Mhm.
But yeah,
That's a
Serenity
pretty
on
good shot for sure.
Serenity for Monday morning is let's just have a nice view. Um,
Mhm.
oh, I love just concert series in general and concert venues. Like that's my thing. Is I'd love to just go to concerts and just listen to music, report on them, talk with folks. Like that really would make me really happy. Um, okay, I want to get back to our question from
Yeah.
EG. So, going back to the heart of the question, do you think it would be effective to privately inform people that are missing the mark when it comes to effective individualized support? Followed up after I had asked if we can get some more clarification on it. EG, thank you
Mhm.
for following up on it too. Is thank you. I just want to effectively support everyone where they are, just trying to make an intermediate choice between being considered an ally despite being disabled myself and blockade and cancellation because I ask a question, also asking for an answer without assumption that I have a mental health problem or asking or making that observation. Thank you. I think that's a great comment. Um,
Mhm.
and then following it up with another comment set is, does consideration and conscientiousness equal inconsideration and insecurity when the fundamental attribution error is included in the calculation for the sake of unifying for human rights? I'm not trolling anyone. I'm just an autistic person not making excuses. I don't think you're trolling. At least for us, I've never seen you
Mm-mm.
trolling any of us, EG. So if there's no concern there. I think I roughly know what you're talking about in terms of maybe the who behind some of what you're speaking on, but I just think in general we can talk about this with like the cancel culture and purity testing culture
Mm.
of like forcing each other to be 100% on board with each other's platforms at all times and not being able to ask any underlying questions or make comment or disagree
Mhm.
is kind of the exact opposite of what our communities are supposed to be encouraging. Like
Yes.
this community, and I hope that everyone knows that in this community we are happy to have the disagreement, because with informed disagreement and considerate disagreements, you have discussions and not debates. And we need to learn how to discuss things again, like you said, without name calling, without going to labeling someone as mentally ill or whatever bullshit, because that is really ableist when people do it. I see it. I know some of the folks that people talk about with things like this. I also understand the the impacts all of it has on many of us. Is there are
Mhm.
we get to bandage ourselves too, is we get to put our screen up and say, no, I don't really care if you are a pain in the ass back towards me. I'm just going to say what needs to be said. And yes, and at the same time there's a lot of like there's a lot of infighting going on with people right now. There's a lot of disagreement that, and I've been away for 4 days, so everything could have blown up, or everything could have calmed down in the world of Substack. Um, but I'm just remembering too that the the world of Substack isn't the world itself at all times. Like there are a lot of really important things that Substack and the creators on our platforms are bringing. Um, there's a lot of really useful and meaningful content that comes out from folks. There's a lot of really helpful content, and there's a lot of disagreement. Like there's a lot of disagreements. And I think people are forgetting that the one thing that really binds all of us is the simple statement that humanity is not for debate. And
Yeah.
if we continue to use our platforms, not just mine, but others, like everyone in our community, we continue to use our platforms to push back against the rhetoric and the fracturing, and remind people continuously that the thing that actually binds us is the most important part of it, which is the humanity is not for debate part. Like
Mhm.
that will eventually either get through to people or they will isolate themselves and insulate themselves against what they perceive as attacks. And if you're perceiving humanity as an attack, then you need to reevaluate. Um, Fuck off. Yes, exactly.
I'm
Sometimes
just
you
gonna
just need to say fuck off.
fuck off. Fuck off.
And it can
I
be,
like
yeah,
crows.
yeah, it seems to be an in group, out group phenomenon that can be reverse
Hmm.
engineered. Yeah, I think that's, EG, I love your comments, by the way. Thank you for asking
Hmm.
such good
I was just
questions too.
reading.
And really good comments throughout. I hope you know
Like
that
disagreement
you're
is
just you're a
effective.
really welcome and valued part of the community. You
Yeah.
ask a lot of really good questions. Thank you for being with us. Um, is like, yeah, Naida, you put it really well. Is people think that just because humanity is not for debate, but doesn't mean that you can't have a difference of opinion. Like we have to have differences of opinion. There's subtleties all over the place. Like that's how the world works, and we're isolating ourselves and insulating ourselves because a lot of communities are afraid. Like I I get it. I understand. I'm part of the disability community. There's a lot of fear that's going, even if I
Yeah.
don't look at, like there's a lot of underlying fear with what's going on. Um,
Yeah.
is we need to stop using the humanity as an attack. Like one thing that we can all do together is never use is try to never use humanity as an attack point for like basic rights, and so we don't attack each other on mental health. Like
No.
we very rarely talk about anybody else's mental health. Even folks like Donald Trump, we don't talk about his mental well-being. Like, do I think there's something wrong with his mental well-being? Absolutely, I do. But I'm not a therapist or a clinician, and I cannot diagnose him. And I think
But if
there's a
I were
lot.
to,
But if I were to, I would be very clear that I think there's some stuff wrong with him. But I don't use that as a basis of an attack if I'm disagreeing with somebody. Like,
Right,
I'm not
right.
going to call you mentally unhinged or whatever nonsense we use to attack each other. And for some of us, it's probably on us to do more too, to help police the situations and
Mhm.
push back on some of them. But it is an ops. It is a we are living in a time of disinformation and
Yes.
intentional rage and chaos. Like, that's the whole point, is
Yeah. Yeah.
don't feed into it. And if you push back against it intentionally, that is part of the solution. Like, intentional
I agree.
pushback is part of the solution.
I agree.
Yeah. Straw man, ad hominem, things like that. Um, and how it gets called out.
Naida,
Yeah.
I'm guilty too. I have said batshit crazy. I'm guilty too. And so it's also what I need to work on because that was always, "Oh, you're crazy." So, but yeah, it's a whole
Well, it's
it's
linguistic
offensive.
shifting. Like,
Mhm.
linguistics are hard. We all learned how to do these things and say these things from a young age. Like, it
Mhm.
takes, that's why, at least to me, is like, when the younger generations don't have as much difficulty with older generations would do with pronoun usage and gender and correctly gendering people, like,
Mhm.
because for them it's so much more normalized, like it's just part of the lingo, is to
It has not come easy for me. I try
no, it
very
takes
hard.
practice. you
It
have
does.
you have decades more
I
experience than a
I
kid
try to
does.
remind myself to, okay, you know, because it just doesn't flow out so easily at my age. Um, but it's necessary. No matter how hard it is for me, it's necessary.
Yeah, and maybe, like, we make these conscious intentional efforts
Mhm.
of, like, not using crazy or not
Right.
using unhinged or yada what, using mental health terms as terms of degradation towards other people,
Right.
with a healthy balance of using those words correctly, because words have meaning, and if we use the right words at the right times, they mean really important things.
I do.
And sometimes it's not about, well, Darby, I won't go as far as saying no name calling. Like, I'm still going to call Stephen Miller a megalomaniac. Like, I'm going to still refer to him to
Nick has boundaries.
as a human penis. Like, that's what he is. He is a vile and hateful and evil human being. But I'm not going to refer to him as mentally unhinged, like things like that. I don't mind using a body part of my own to describe other people. Like,
I'm so
I'm just saying, like, I do have bounds, and I think there are certain points where, again, using the right words makes a really important statement, like,
it does.
makes an impact. Like, if we're going to talk about mental health, though, we're not going to we don't degrade each other's mental health here.
No.
And if there's something wrong, like I said it last week, was like, Donald Trump, every time I see him, it looks like elder abuse in progress. Like, it looks like active elder abuse.
I
We can
agree.
talk about things like that, because it's not attacking him on a mental health standpoint. Like, he is mentally unstable. We all know that. We have seen that. We can witness that firsthand. Like, we can see the instabilities.
Yeah, there's dementia for sure. I
What's
I'm
there?
not a
Like, I
doctor.
Yeah, like I don't know exactly what's there, what his condition is, but there's something going on and he needs help.
He does.
And you know what? The help he could get would be to leave the office of the presidency and actually go see a fucking therapist or go to a psychotherapist or go to somewhere and get the actual attention that his brain needs. Like that's we when we talk about, at least when we do it, that when I do it, is like I want to talk about it that way, because yeah, it's I don't want to
Right.
associate evil with mental health. I don't want to associate the negatives that they're trying to with mental health, because that just stigmatizes it more, and we need more people to accept what's going on because we're all living through a mental health crisis together. So if
Devil's
we
advocate. If somebody is evil, I'm just, when I think of
uh-huh.
somebody being so evil, like clearly some
Mhm.
people in this administration are.
Well, let's use Stephen Miller as
Is
an example.
okay,
He
using
is a
Stephen
great
Miller,
example.
is that not a form of mental illness? I mean, what is evil when we think of evil?
Well, they did studies after Nuremberg. And one of the things that they came out with from those studies in terms of evil was there was a lack of empathy.
Right, right.
And so there may be underlying conditions that, say, Stephen Miller suffers from. Stephen Miller may have a, if there is a diagnosis for it, may have a complete lack of empathy. I guess the closest diagnosis I could think of would be a sociopath or a
It just makes
narcissistic
me
sociopath. Like Donald Trump, I could see as a narcissistic sociopath.
yes, yeah.
Stephen Miller, I don't know if narcissism is so much what he wants. Um, and
Absolute awful.
there's this fundamental lack of empathy that gets displayed in folks that we consider evil
Yep.
and monsters or terrible, is that there is there is a component of behavioral health in there, absolutely, but that's not the core of what makes
Right.
him evil. Like there are sociopaths out there who live productive, healthy lives in society because they were taught the correct coping skills, and they're properly medicated in some cases, but they were taught and they go to therapy for their needs instead of using those needs to subjugate people and hurt others. They go and live productive. Oh, are they? Um, I'm not as up to date on like what is obsolete terms versus current, and if I'm using the wrong ones, thanks Neuro for putting
Mm,
them in there.
thank you, Neuro.
But like antisocial
I didn't realize those
personality,
were obsolete
yeah, I
anymore.
didn't
Okay.
realize that. But like antisocial
Wow.
personality disorder, then like he would, I think he would show tendencies of that. But again, I'm not a clinician and a therapist, so I can't diagnose him, and I'm not his therapist.
Right,
And
of
if I
course.
was, that would be awful. Like,
It
just
just always
saying.
makes me think, gosh, what makes somebody d evil, things that Beth thinks of. Like, where does this cruelty, the cruelty, and it's such that's more concerning than anything is the cruelty. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I think it is, again, there is a lack of empathy that, at least during Nuremberg, when they did their studies after World War II on Nazi personnel, was there was a distinct lack of empathy. And maybe maybe it is its own condition of like empathy dysfunction of some sort, like, but to me it was, there is just, there's this dark tendency in him where just doesn't understand empathy at all or how to be compassionate to people. And nobody has ever said no to him in a meaningful way. Like, I don't think anyone truly has said no in Stephen Miller's life in a meaningful way.
Feels just sorry for his child, and and just God, to have somebody like that that is just so cruel. So I am going to be mindful not to be that way. Since we're talking about mindfulness, I'm going to be mindful not to be an asshole.
Yeah, and I think it's important too that we are, like Naida says, is that we need to be careful with policing language.
Hmm.
Is we're working to evolve the language too. It's we need to be conscious of where people are on their own journeys.
Hmm.
And that way we can be precise in how we talk about these things. And we can meet, like I said, we can meet people where they are. Like, some people are not going to change the way that they use their words. Some people are going to continue even after we have repeatedly spoken about things. Like,
Right.
that's just, some people aren't going to change everything.
Hmm.
It's okay to radically, this is where we have to do things like radical acceptance. Is like, not all of our allies are going to be who we thought they were. Not all of our allies are going to share in many of the ideas or goals that we have. Beth and I don't share the same ideas and goals, and we're close friends and allies. And so when we come to language speak, like, there's only so much we will be able to do right now, too, is
Hmm.
now is the time to begin putting the seeds into the the fields to sow those seeds for change for word usage and removing ableist language and helping people move forward and evolve their language. But that's, again, that's going to take years of social reconditioning for all of us. um, and yeah, to
Yep.
assume makes an ass out of you and me. Like, I
Hmm.
use that
Yep.
all the time. I say that all the time, and my it's how I learned how to spell that word, and it's how most people learn how to spell that word. Because ask you me makes assumptions. um,
That's how I learned it.
and yes, we have to pick our battles. Like, there's some biases that can be broken down later, and yes, they are, some are hurtful biases towards our own community. Others we can work to get out of vernacular or move forward with sooner than later. And let's keep getting our fundamental rights put into place and codified into law so that we can continue having these debates. It's not an either or, it is a both. Like, we can do all of the things. We can push for linguistic changes in and social reconditioning so that we don't suck, so that we do suck less. We can push for that while also codifying our rights so that we don't lose our fundamental ability to have this disagreement in areas. Like, that's really what we're striving for.
Yeah.
Is we need to agree on some areas to disagree, as hard as that can be. And I know that I'm saying that as looking as a privileged white looking person, with no visible illnesses. Like, I can sit in spaces that others can't, and I have to agree to disagree. I have to meet people where they're at, because things like Crip Crow are more important. And I can argue with you about your zealotry later. But if you believe that people have human rights, then we can at least talk about it.
Right. Right, because when they don't feel like you do, there's what discussion do you have?
Yeah, and Naida's putting in a link for a Google form, and if you're on our Say No to Crip Crow email list, I will be sending an email out here later with a sign up form to be able to say no to Crip Crow for lobby day signups for your local lobby days and for other events. So we're trying to convert just the calling to also local in person um, support and training on how you actually do that. So um, it's not just here, go show up at this place. It's here.
Mhm.
This is how you effectively show up at a place and then go show up. So it's both sides. It's how and do. Um, it's the how and why. And so when you know both, you can be really effective when you do the what, which is the actual protest part of it. So effective protesting is better than unplanned protesting. Like strategic protesting is better than unplanned. So go to the link that Naida is putting into the chat. And again, yeah, and we'll have some new scripts for the website this week. I'll make sure that all the emails come out with everything that folks who are signed up for it need. If you want to sign up to, um, if you want to sign up now at least so that you're on the emailing list, in the top, I'll use the big QR code for this one. Big QR code. It's Say No to Crip Crow. Go to the broadbanner.com/crip-crow and sign up for the mailing list. And you'll be able to get updates here. We'll have emails out hopefully before the end of the day with the sign up form for volunteer support and action support. And then we'll be putting out an email later in the week that includes the new scripts so that you can continue to call your representative and senators and know that this is actually doing something. Like this is getting the attention it needs, and it's starting to build more and more and more. And I'm hearing from friends that they're seeing stuff about Crip Crow now on their feeds all the time on different socials that are
That's
not part
excellent.
of our community. And may they be from us or others, it doesn't matter. The message is getting out, and people are using the term Crip Crow. They're talking about disability rights.
It's
Um,
important.
am I willing to visit rural Florida? Nate, maybe. I try to stay away from Florida as best I can.
I was born in Orlando. I haven't been back.
I don't spend a lot of time in Florida, but I mean it depends. The point is, at some point, we're all going to have to start doing things like that, no matter what. Is we have to start going to the places that matter the most and where we can put ourselves in the positions to make real change. Oh, awesome. Thanks for that update, from Naida. She spoke with Congresswoman Presley about Olmstead, and she is in agreement that Olmstead needs to be codified into federal law. That is fucking incredible. So I'm also I know I've said it before, I'm the framing director at Disability Community for Democracy. Naida is the founder and CEO. Beth is the Western Regional Legal Coordinator, I believe.
Legal and policy coordinator.
Legal and policy coordinator. And knowing that Congresswoman Presley is on board that Olmstead needs to be codified into law is a huge step forward. She helped with the wheelchair access bill that just went through. She is an incredible advocate, not just ally, but advocate. And she's using her position to ensure that our community is taken care of and our community is seen and visible. And I think that's fucking awesome. Like, it's not going to happen without y'all. And that's what makes the difference is we are doing the right things. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it peacefully. We're doing it single item issue. we're doing what needs to be done, and that's what the chronic illness community can do. That's what we can do together. Is so power to us. Like fuck yeah, power to us. And if you want to stay
Still,
informed, go to crip-crow, broadbanner.com/crip-crow. We've got email scripts. We've got other things on there. We are also, like I said, going to be putting the lobby day sign up form into an email for you to be able to sign up for a second set of things. But that's why the emails are there, so that we can blast out good information for you guys. So please sign up on the Stay Informed list. I do have a track of that list, and I can see people when people sign up for it, and I appreciate it. We're using that information to see where the pressure is coming from. I'm not selling that data to anybody. I will never sell your data to anybody. Nobody owns my companies except for me. And the data that I use goes out sparingly, if ever, to anybody. The only reason that I'm sharing the Broadbanner Crip-Crow data with Disability Community for Democracy is because it is a joint partnership between the two of us, two organizations. And so I want to make sure everybody is very clear how and where their data might be accessed and or touched, because I think that's super important. So yeah, come say Crip-Crow, say no to Crip-Crow with us. The replay for the rally is coming out tonight. We'll probably replay it over the weekend too on Sick of This Shit Publications and just broadcast it. That's something that I want to start doing anyways, is being able to broadcast if others have replays that they want to just broadcast on Sick of This Shit Publications.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
During downtimes when we don't have normally scheduled shows. Like I'd be so happy to do that. Like if we could have just a full on just channel, just playing replays and different episodes, like I would not be upset with that in any way.
That would be great.
So yeah. And I know some of y'all are like, I don't know what I can do to support, but you're being supportive. Being part of the community is a big part of the support. If you're able to financially support, that's great. If you're not, for Crip-Crow, we're not asking for any financial support. We're just we're not specifically asking for financial support through Crip-Crow. If you want to purchase,
but if you feel so inclined,
yeah, if you feel so inclined and you want to get a piece of the merch, the Crip-Crow merch from Sick of This Shit Publications or Disability Community for Democracy, that does help pay us and get us some money. And if you want to financially support that way, we won't say no. I'll say yes and happily do that too. Is come support us and help us continue to do all this. I'm gonna switch us over to a meditation we've done before, because I know we're also at the top of the hour. I'm gonna do a meditation that we've done before. Beth is taking a quick break from meditations. We'll be back with some more new ones here. She's good.
Don't
She's
give up.
never giving up. She is choking that.
Never give up.
She's choking that pelican.
Choke the pelican. Never give up.
Yeah, and we'll talk about other things too, like as we continue to build our community and the way that we are engaging with each other. Is we're going to continue to increase like volunteer and support opportunities and figure out how we can actually coordinate those better so that people can truly be and stay involved and offer the support that they want to be able to and can. And we're excited for things as they're coming. So Beth, let's do some ebb and flow, and then we'll come back. We'll come back and promote ourselves and where people can find us. So stick with us, y'all, for a couple more minutes as we ebb and flow into our final segment for the day.
Thanks for that, Nick.
Welcome to our ebb and flow meditation. Join me by taking a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and slowly exhale out. One more deep breath in and slowly exhale out. I invite you to take a virtual walk on a sandy beach. Imagine your feet in the soft sand and feeling the warm sun on your skin. As you walk, the rhythmic ebb and flow of the tide give two quiet gifts: calm as the waves caress the shoreline, and release as the tide goes out. Relax further with every gentle wave that comes in, and release any stress, worry, or tension as the tide flows out. Nature has a way of quieting the noise, easing anxiety, restoring clarity, and offering the beauty we sometimes forget to look for. Beauty is always in reach. Whether you find colorful shells on the beach, smell the salty, fresh air, or perhaps you hear the seagulls calling into the wind. The beach is a delight for our senses. Even the marine life appears on the shores in assorted colors, shapes, and sizes. It is a perfect retreat for calming the mind and soothing the soul. Take one more deep breath in and slowly exhale out. As you enjoy this remaining moment of pause, you may take this walk again at any time you need a moment of stillness.
Welcome back then. Thanks for that again. I like that one.
I do. I actually like that one.
I like all of them, but I like that one.
It's calming.
It is. It's very calming. Beth, start with you today. Promote yourself.
So. Worst step. Why me? I am taking a break from, well, let me start over. I'm Beth, Possibilitarian's Light. I have not written for a little while. I have been working on my memoir. I had been. Chapters 1 through 3 are up there, and a few other things that I've written. I do plan on getting back to my writing. I am painting rocks, and some kindness rocks get left for the community, and others are for friends. And some of my rocks are waiting for the universe to decide where they're going to go, and what the hope is that maybe I can turn this into a business. If you can become a subscriber, I would love that. If you could become a paid subscriber, it's not that I love it more, it's just it would be helpful. But no matter, I appreciate every single subscriber that I have. Come join us Wednesday. We're going to have, So and I are going to have, is it Amelia Hall on? And I'm looking forward to that. So stay with me, friends. Love you all.
Thanks, Beth. And I'm glad you're going to have a great week. I'm glad Time for Light's going to be a great show this week too with Amelia. That'll be fun.
It will be. I'm excited.
Good. And everyone, come support us here at Sick of This Shit Publications. Last couple days of Disability Pride Month are left. We're doing a 20% off forever sale for Disability Pride Month. So forever off on your annual or paid or monthly paid subscriptions. If you can be a paid subscriber, that really, really helps. This is my source of income. And so whatever you guys can provide, that really helps me build this business and continue to grow and support the tools and all the creators that I can. And so thanks everyone for being here. And if you can't be a paid subscriber, be a free one. Like,
Yeah.
The more the merrier. The more we can get out, the larger the audience and collection we have of unique and fun people, the better. Because
And the more support everyone can have
yeah,
from
and
each other.
the more diverse the support becomes, and the more we welcome people in to our community, the more we have in our community, and the more we have in our community, the larger our voices. So please come support us if you can. Support either one of us, support both of us, support our friends Doc Steph Wilson, So. They also deserve your support and and love. Neither are here with us. They'll be back eventually. We'll have our full crew back together again. But we'll be back next week for Chronically Illing Out. And like I said, everyone, go have a great day. This has been another great start to our Monday. Beth, as always, thank you, everyone in our community. Thanks for being with us today for today's Chronically Illing Out as you chilled out with us this Monday morning. We'll be back next week for another Chronically Illing Out because we're done being sick of this shit here. And now we're doing this shit.
We're doing this shit.
Have a great one, y'all.